Good evening, football fans. Welcome to Benny Douglas Stadium, the home of the Mules. This is Bob Graves, and Sam Whalin is sitting in tonight for Ronnie Jones as he's out of town. And on the camera will be Gil Robert Reynolds. Beautiful night, Sam, for football. Might even be a little warm.
It's a perfect night for football here at the end of September, Bob, and it's great weather. We've got relatively no wind, and it's just, if we can just, looks like we got some clouds building back over in the west and southwest, but it's a beautiful night so far for football.
It really is, and Sam, I want to compliment y'all on the field. The field really looks super. It's just in great shape. Well, a little information about the Lockney Longhorns. They're going to run wing T offense, and they'll run out of the spread some, and they'll also run a 4-3 defense. And their head coach is Coach Joe Robertson. I think he's been over there for quite some time. Their returning starters from last year, they have 4 each way, 4 defense and 4 offense. Their record last year was 8-3, and they reached the playoffs. I think they lost the first round of the playoffs. Their record this year is 3-1. They've lost only to Childress, and that's no disgrace, Sam, to lose to Childress.
No, sir. Childress always tough in football.
Childress is always tough. You remember Childress when you were playing.
They were plenty tough then, too. And that was a long time ago.
But they have won over Post, Slayton, and Memphis. And they're a 2A team, 6-2A, from District 6-2A. Some of the players to watch, and Sam, this running back Mark Ford, he's carried the ball 60-something times and has 552 yards. So he's quite a running back, and he gained a little over 2,000 yards last year. And he's 6'2" and 190 pounds. Also, they have a lot of big, tall, lanky players. I mean, they have the 6'2", 6'3", and they have a tight end, defensive end combination. Rance Shoemaker is 6'3" and 250, senior. And then they have an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, Graydon Long, 6 feet, 265. And then they have another running back. Sam, I understand they have another running back besides Ford, and 5'8" and 200 pounds. And they also they have 331 yards per game on offense this year, and that's one of the top in the South Plains. Little information about the Mules. They're going to run the spread offense and the split 6 defense, and they'll run some variations off of both. The Mules are coached by head coach David Wood. I believe this is his 9th year. And the Mules from last year, returned 5 starters both ways. Their record is 4-0. They've defeated Freona, Sanford, Fritz, Shallowater, and Seminole. And the Mules have the top-rated 3A defense on the South Plains. Players to watch: running back Brady Black has 408 yards rushing. Brand Hamilton, the quarterback, 228, and Juan Carlos Reyes, 208. The Mules have good depth in the backfield also. They can bring in quarterback Logan Cadell, running backs Danny Bonilla, and they can move Erwin Lewis to running back. Some of their top receivers, Tyler Wood. I think Tyler Wood's in the top 10 in the South Plains in receiving. Chris Kendall had a good game last week. Joel Salcida, and then the big tight end Tyler Sheets. Defensively, Jared Flores has really been playing well, such as has Corey Atwood, Erwin Lewis, Josh Shelburne, Jeff Circle, Juan Nudez, Rudy Gonzalez. Rudy had 2 interceptions last week. Brady Black, has played well on defense. And the offensive line, Sam, has blocked well all year. Sam, why don't you give us the Muleshoe Mules defense and offense, and then I'll give the Lockney lineup.
Well, starting lineup for the Mules tonight, and one of the other big battles they face is the difference in the size. Mules coming in, David Wood says we have probably the quickest overall team we've ever had here, but where you get that quickness, you're probably going to lack some size, and we're giving up Mules' offensive line, the interior 5 players, the center, the 2 guards, and the 2 tackles average 199, where the defensive line for the Lockney Longhorns average 221, and they've got a 165-pounder in there that brings the average down. So the other 3 boys are pretty good size. Also, Lockney's offensive line also averages 221, going against a Muleshoe defensive line that has an average of just a little over 203 pounds. So the Mules will have to rely heavily on their quickness tonight. And starting lineup for the Mules at quarterback, the sophomore, number 10, Brant Hamilton. Chris Kendall and Tyler Wood start at the wingback and the split end. Kendall number 13 and Wood 14. Juan Carlos Reyes will start at tailback for the Mules. Brady Black will start at fullback for the Mules. Joel Salcedo will start at the tight end. Jeffrey Circle and Jeffrey Circle and Juan Nunez at the guards, Lorenzo Nunez and Jordan Bond at the tackles, and starting for the Mules on defense, the interior lineman at tackle is number 53, George Mendoza, and number 51, Josh Shelburne. Defensive ends are Corey Atwood and Danny Bonilla. The outside backers are Jared Flores and Joel Salcedo. Inside backers are Erwin Lewis, Juan Nunez. The 2 corners are Rudy Gonzalez and Juan Carlos Reyes, and the free safety is number 44, Brady Black.
Okay, Sam, as you mentioned, it looks like they outweigh us about 20 pounds per man. So that's given yes, that's a big difference. Well, the Lockney Longhorns, their offensive lineup, their quarterback, number 12, Kagan Cummins, 170-pound senior. And here's their big hoss is number 33, Mark Ford, the tailback, 185, and some publications say 190 to 195, but very good runner, one of the best on the South Plains. Number 34, Hagan Johnson, fullback. He's not that big, but apparently a good runner, 155-pound senior. And now we get into the size, as you talked about. Number 56, Graydon Long, tackle, 250 junior. 57, Trevor Morris, tackle, 260. So junior. So their tackles are 250 and 260 for the forward to run behind. 58 is Taylor Brock, center, 170, sophomore. Number 66, and we get big again, Jeremy Pyle, tackle, 220. And Jason, well, actually, he's probably a guard. They have him listed tackle, but he's got to be a guard. And then Jason Mondragon, 205, junior, another guard. And then tight end, Trey Graves, 165-pound senior. And then the split receiver, Jaime Lesdema, is 140-pound senior. On defense, defensive back, Monty Lass, 160-pound senior. John Vasquez, defensive back, 150-pound junior. Some of these, as do the Mules, go both ways. Number 12, the quarterback, Ethan Cummins, is also a defensive back. Number 30, Matt Ray, a defensive back, 160 senior. And the running back that we talked so much about, Mark Ford, is also a linebacker, 185-pound senior. Number 34, Hagan Johnson, defensive back, 155. Now we get into their size again. Number 44, Rance Shoemaker, defensive end, 250. Number 45, Lance Terrell, a linebacker, 200-pound junior. Number 51, Victor Martinez, defensive tackle, 220 senior. Number 56, the other huge defensive tackle they have, Graydon Long, 250 junior. And number 80, Trey Graves, a defensive end, 165. So, as we've mentioned, Sam, they really have some good size, and they're tall, lanky. I mean, they're like I mentioned earlier, they're 6'2", 6'3". So looks like well, the coach has said without a doubt this is the best team we've played.
Best team we've played so far, and we competition never hurt anybody, Bob. But looking for a good, tough ball game tonight. One thing, talking about Lockney, they're real basic on what they do. When they play defense, it's basic defense. They hardly ever bring anybody. Look like, by looking at them on film, we ought to have plenty of time to pass the football because their interior linemen don't rush the quarterback that well, and they really don't even look like they're trying to get to him. They're just shadowing him on the line there. So
it's played pretty vanilla.
Just pretty vanilla offense and defense. Basically, they just line up, and we're going to give it a lot of times to forward, and a lot of people can't stop him, and we're going to see if you can, So that's basically they play pretty vanilla, and like I say, Mules come in undefeated. Lockney Longhorns with only one loss of the year, and looking for a great ball game here tonight.
And one other thing, Sam, I was talking to Coach Wood today, and he said they really haven't thrown the ball a whole lot. He says they'll run it about 85% of the time, but with that big running back they have, well, that makes sense. But our defense has really played well this year, so this is going to be quite a challenge for each team.
Big challenge here for the Mules, but that's what we like, and it's Friday night, and we're just a few minutes away from opening kickoff, and we'll be back for that in a couple of moments.
Just moments away from the start of this big non-conference battle between the Mules and the Longhorns, and looks like the Longhorns won the toss, and they will be receiving. As you mentioned earlier, beautiful night to play. The wind is picking up a little, kind of out of the north, isn't it? Northeast, but it's still a very beautiful night for football. And I'm sure Erwin Lewis, number 4, will be kicking off. Sam, he's done a good job kicking off this year.
Mules have really done a good job. With the troubles we've had in the kicking game the last several years, Erwin has done a great job and great coverage on our kickoff team. Be sure and watch for Caleb Heinrich, number 2. He's one of the Mules he'll always be down there in the mix of things.
You bet. I've noticed all year that number 2, Heinrich, has been down there usually first. So we'll get to look at this high-powered offense for Lockney. Who are the deep men?
John Vasquez and John Sherman.
Vasquez and Sherman are back deep for the Longhorns. So they don't have Ford. I don't believe he's on the kickoff.
That's the band stuff. Do what you want.
So we're just about ready here for the kickoff. Mules come in 4-0 and Lockney 3-1. Oh, we're just about ready. Looks like they must not have had a chain crew over there, I guess.
Chain gang, I think.
Looks like they've got a chain gang lined up now, so we're just about ready. And the kicker will be Erwin Lewis. Sam, we have a good crowd from Lockney.
Good crowd here for Lockney. Good crowd out for the Mules. And very underway.
Yeah, very good. There it is. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to take it on the 30, looks like.
Yep.
So it'll be Lockney's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. And as we mentioned, we'll get a look at this high-powered offense of the Longhorns right off the bat. Big offensive line for Lockney. And, of course, their top running back, as we mentioned, is Mark Ford, number 33. Also, the other running back, Hagan Johnson, number 34, and the quarterback is Kagan Cummings, number 12. Split backs, wide receiver to the right. They just lined up and run right at the Mules that time, and they didn't get a whole lot. Looks like Nunez, Corey Atwood in on the tackle, and maybe another Mule, and Josh Shelburne. So they stacked that up pretty good. We'll give him a yard. 2nd and 9 for the Longhorns. Well, actually, it's less than a yard. It's almost just on line of scrimmage, the 30, just across the 30. Our handoff again, give it to big number 30, starts outside. Good defense by Nunez. Got him behind the line. And looked like, Sam, he had some yardage if Nunez didn't make the tackle.
Ronnie, the first time we see old Ford tonight, they give him a play. Looked good at the start, but old Nunez closed fast. Played good football all year, and he made a great one-on-one tackle out there.
He really did, and threw him for about a 3-yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd and 13 or long 12. I formation this time. Okay, now they want to throw the ball. Sprints out to the right, throws the ball, and it is, had him open, but he overthrew him, so the Mules have held him the first time, and it'll be a punting situation for the Longhorns. So, Sam, that's got to help the Mule defense to stop them that first series.
Bob, 3 and out on the first go, and 2 real good-looking plays against the run for the Mules, and Lockney just overthrowing their receiver. They looked like they had him out there, but and they're going to get another penalty, Ronnie. They broke the huddle with 12, so that's going to cost them another 5.
That's going to back them up 5 more yards. Illegal substitution, I guess what they call that.
Yes, sir.
So that's going to move it back to about the 22. So it's going to be 4th and about 17, 18 yards. Back deep for the Mules will be one Carlos Reyes on about his 38. The punter will be standing on about the 12-yard line. Gets it off. A good punt. Excellent, excellent, excellent punt. And he fumbles the ball, picks it up. Oh, my goodness. They are going to have us in deep, deep trouble up on the 10-yard line. Sam, Juan Carlos is lucky then. He's lucky that they didn't get that football.
Bob, lucky we didn't have a big turnover there, but a 68 yards actually on the punt with no return.
Ooh, that was a huge punt.
Ford doing the punt.
And that was Ford. He just the good running back. He's just an all-around athlete, no doubt about it. So the Mules start off in a big hole. Trip receivers out to the right. One running back. Hamilton, the quarterback. Okay, keeps it. He keeps it, and he had some running room, but he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage by big number 34. 34. So he lost about a yard. Would have had some good yardage there if they hadn't tripped him up, but you can tell this Lockney defense they can move. Hamilton faked it to Brady Black and then kept it, but didn't quite get outside. So it's going to be 2nd and 11. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Okay, give the ball this time to Reyes. And Reyes fumbled the ball, and looks like Lockney got it. At the 10-yard line. Looked like he might have had a little running room. Tried to jump one of them. So, Sam, that's the first time that's happened to the Mules this year, turning it over deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Bob, and it comes at a bad time here right at the beginning of the football game. Kind of give Lockney a little momentum after the defense held them for 3 and out the first possession.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Lockney from about the Mule 11. Give the ball to number 33, and he's going to be down close to the 5. Mark Ford. And looked like Nunez in on the tackle and George Mendoza, but he picked up 5. So it's 2nd and 5 as they give it to the big running back forward. So an unfortunate turnover there for the Mules has really put Lockney in business. Split backs this time, wing to the left. Okay, give the ball this time to number 45, and he's down to about the 2 or 3. And number 45 is Terrell, Lance Terrell. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 2.
Actually claim they can make a first down inside.
They could make a first down, couldn't they, without getting a touchdown. Okay, give the ball to number 33, and he's in for the touchdown. Good blocking off the right side of the line, and Lockney has taken advantage of the turnover with 8:26 remaining. They lead 6-0, and they'll be trying the extra point. Looks like they run some of the same stuff the Mules do, Sam, on the extra point. Now they get back into normal formation. The kicker will be number 11. And there's the kick. Looks good. And it is good. So the Mules are going to have to come from behind as Lockney takes advantage of a turnover on the 10 and scores in 3 plays. So it's 7-0. Kicking off from the 40 as they have taken an early 7-0 lead, scoring from the 2-yard line. Set up by a fumble from the 10. And back deep will be Reyes. And who else do we have back there? Flores and Sauceda. Yeah, Reyes, the deep man, and then up about the 15, Flores and Sauceda. And here's the kick. And they're going to kick it out of bounds, so the Mules probably take it on the 30. So both teams have elected to kick it out of bounds. The Mules will have it 1st and 10 on the 30. The quarterback is Brant Hamilton. And wide receivers are Kendall and Wood. Reyes, the tailback. Sauceda also at the tight end. Blake, wait a minute. The Mules are going to make them kick it again.
I would.
And I really, Sam, that's probably a pretty good move.
Bob, I think so. It doesn't look like he has that strong a leg, and let's line it up, see if we can get a good return.
Apparently he doesn't have that strong a leg, or he wouldn't have kicked it that way in the first place. So back it up to the 35, and we'll make them kick it over again. Reyes has moved up to the 15, and up in front of the 20 is Sauceda and Flores. So we'll see if this penalty pays off for the Mules. Kicks it a little deeper this time. Sauceda gets it, and he gets to the 30, across the 40. So that paid off, Sam.
Get 11 yards, Bob. 11 yards out of that deal. So
we gained 11 yards there. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 41. Pretty good run back then by Sauceda. Well, the Mules just going to have to forget about that touchdown, that turnover, and just go to work offensively here with 8:20 left in the first quarter, and Lockney leading 7-0. They will ride receivers to both sides and one running back. Okay, give the ball this time to Black, and Black starts outside and doesn't get much.
about less than a yard, right about the line of scrimmage.
I believe, no gain. As this forward is not only good offensively, he's a very good defensive player.
Good player.
It just, well, really, We'll call it no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Hamilton looks over the defense. Now gives the ball this time to Black again, and Black gets a couple. So it's going to be 3rd and about 7. Brady Black, the carry, and the Mules will have it up close to the 45, 3rd and 7. So, Sam, probably a passing situation. We have trip receivers out to the left. Brady Black, the lone running back. Hamilton, the quarterback, looks over the defense, now sprints out to the left, wants to throw the ball, throws it, and it is caught by Tyler Wood. He's down to the 30, he's down to the 25, and I think we got a flag. Oh my goodness, we had it all the way down inside the 20, and Sam, that has hurt us all year long, those flags, and that one's coming back. So, great throw and catch there from Hamilton to Tyler Wood. Sam, last week the Mules had over 100 yards in penalties, and that is really hurting them this time. Illegal block in the back. So instead of having a first down on about the 19 of Lockney, the Mules are they're gonna bring this one back and penalize them.
About 2, I think.
See what it's gonna be. 3rd and about 2. Well, 3rd and yeah.
Wait a minute.
Looks like it was way downfield. I'm not sure what they're doing here, but they threw the flag way downfield. Well, so it's still going to be 3rd and about 6. 5, about 5, yeah. So that was a costly penalty by the Mules. Gonzalez out wide to the right. I formation. We have a slot. Now move Saucedo over to the right. Hamilton. And Hamilton kept it and lost yardage in. So they, Sam, I believe they've done a good job scouting us. So, lost about 2 or 3 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 3 and a punting situation for the Mules. They had everything covered then. If they'd given the ball to Black, we probably made a couple of yards, but
not the first down.
But we wouldn't have had the first down. So Chris Kendall, who's done a good job punting all year, will be standing on about his own 32. The line of scrimmage about the 42, gets it off, and a good high punt. And the wind kind of picked that one up. Well, we got a good bounce on it. That's an excellent bounce. That's from the 42. 18.
About a 40-yard punt.
About a 40-yard punt. So, with 5:43 left in the first quarter, Lockney leading 7-0. They'll have the football again from about their 18-yard line. Yeah, 17, 18-yard line. Split backs. The quarterback is Cummings. Okay, give it to 33, and good running room. And he's going to get about half of it. Or a little more than that. It's going to be a 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4. This Ford is a good, strong runner, but he has good speed, too. He gets outside in a hurry. So, it's going to be 2nd and 4 for Lockney at about their 23. Well, the Mules really need to stop them here. and get the football back. Okay, give the ball this time to number 2. There's a fumble, and we'll wait and see. I think the Mules got it. Yes, the Mules got it. So that's a break for the Mules. Who was that? Was it 55? I thought it was Circle, but did y'all get who covered that? Oh, Bonilla. It was 22. I thought it was. So the Mules will have it 1st and 10 from the 24 of Lockney. So Lockney took advantage of a penalty. Let's see if the Mules can. Shotgun formation. Okay, give the ball. Hamilton kept it, and he's going to have good running room down inside the 10 to about the 5. So from the 24 to the 5, Sam. Just kept it and had good running room that time.
You know, I've been really impressed with Bryant's quickness this year, Bob. He's showing quickness, and everybody thinks about him being an experienced quarterback, and he's just a sophomore. So,
yeah, he's Bryant's very young, but he's doing an outstanding job. So it's 1st and goal from the 5, or actually just outside the 5. Okay, give the ball this time to, or he kept it again. Picked up a couple. So I think it's going to be 2nd and about 3 or 4. Well, it's on about the 3.5. 2nd and goal from about the 3. Well, Sam, we really need to get this one in.
We need to punch it on in here too. We've got 3:58 and counting remaining here in the opening quarter, and Mules need to capitalize on this turnover.
Okay, here's Hamilton, the man under center. Okay, give the ball this time to Irwin, and he just powers his way in.
Bob, we haven't seen him carry the football just a couple of times this year, but Irwin, a big, stout guy, starts at the linebacker position. They said he's as solid as anybody on the team, and Hamilton made a good fake pitch, handed it to him going back against the direction. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage and just bulled his way in.
He just, like you said, he was hit at the line of scrimmage and just powered his way in for the touchdown. All right, Villa has been good. He's extra points, and let's hope he gets this one. Hamilton will be holding. There it is. Puts it down, gets it up, and it is good, just barely. It was the snap was a little low then, but Villa did a good job of getting that in there, and we're all tied up with 3:40 to go. Mules have just tied it up. It's 7-7 with 3:40 remaining in the first quarter, and the Mules will kick off to Lockney. And looks like number 3 back deep, and number 9, I believe that is Vasquez back deep, and number 9. Who's number 9? Hancock. Vasquez and Hancock. So Lewis will be kicking off. He's the one that just scored the touchdown. That's a good kick. It's going to be fielded by number 44. Okay, hand the ball off to number 30, and good hit there by number 60. The Mules. That was. Let's see who number 60. That is Lorenzo Nunez. Made a good tackle there, and they're going to have the ball on about their own 29, well, actually 30-yard line.
And then that same guy fumbled the second play.
So both teams have capitalized on turnovers with touchdowns, and it's 7-7.
He's not here.
So wing T over to the right, split backs. Okay, hand the ball off to number 2. This number 2 is a good running back too, as he gets out close to a first down. Number 2, they like to bring him in. The coaches said he is really a good runner to bring in and run sweeps and counters. His name is Monty Lass, 5'11", 160-pound senior. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 for Lockney. By far the best offense the Mules have played this year. Wide receivers to both sides. Turn, give the ball to number 44, and he did not get anything that time. So let's see who was in there on the tackle. Looks like Heinrich was in there, and 73 Nunez was in there, and it's no gain. Well, they gave him about a yard. I didn't think he made any, but they really gave him a good spot then, Sam. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. I would look for big number 33, Mark Ford, to get it, or they might run quarterback sneak. Have just a vanilla backfield, straight house backfield, full house, I guess you'd say. Give it to number 33, and he may have got it by second effort, but he didn't get much, but he didn't like much. Well, we'll wait and see. Yeah, first down, just barely, and that was Ford.
But it's looking
You know, we started off tonight with beautiful weather, but there's a pretty good looking cloud back in the west, so let's hope that doesn't come over. All right, it's 1st and 10 for Lockney, out about the 40. Pitch the ball this time to the big running back, and he is hit behind, hit from the side, but he still makes about 7 or 8 yards. Well, he picked up about 6. Brady Black, and we had a couple other Mules in there, but it's going to be 2nd and 4 for Lockney, as the Longhorns have the ball on their own 46-yard line with 1:12 left to go in the first quarter. I formation, give it to number 34, and he got a couple, looks like. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Or actually, got about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and a short 3. So another big 3rd down. Again, Sam, I'd look for number 33 to carry it.
Go to the man that brought him.
That's right.
$1.25.
Full house backfield. Both ends in tight. Turn, pitch the ball to number 33. Starts outside, and they got him this time as he lost about a yard. Excellent defense over there by Flores, Nunez, and Salcida. And number 64 also in on that for the Mules. Tovar, yes, I couldn't find his number, Tovar. Well, I would think they'd punt, Sam. They're going to talk it over and call timeout. And let the clock run out. So, we're all tied up after 1, 7-7.
Well, Bob, we're about ready to start the second quarter of play. We start it like we did the opening game. We're all tied up, but both teams get points on the board. It's 7-7. Big play by Mules. It looked like they're going to punt it, Bob.
I believe they are.
It looked Ford's back to punt, and a great punt, his first effort. 24, Juan Carlos Reyes is the deep man. Ford gets his foot into it. Good kick, hits about the 24, takes a Mules bounce up across the 25, and the Mules will get it there as the offense comes on the field at their own 26-yard line.
Sam, we need to put together a good drive right here.
Let's put together a drive here. This Mules offense has been really impressive the first 4 games, running and passing the football. Offensive line doing a great job. Hamilton looking good at the quarterback. Of course, Brady and Juan Carlos in at the running backs. Tyler Wood catching a lot of footballs. Kendall is come on the last couple of weeks and looked good. Shotgun formation. He'll fake it to Black and has Wood wide open. He snags it at the 47, makes a man miss. He's inside the 30, 25, and is pulled down there at the 22-yard line, Bob, and that was a great passing catch from Hamilton. Had him wide open, and Hamilton hit him dead on the run, and he caught it good.
About 52 yards, Sam.
About a 52-yard passing catch from Brand Hamilton to Tyler Wood, and Bob, they talk about how you catch the football, and he caught it right in the hands on the fingers like you're supposed to. So, 1st and 10 for the Mules. As Hamilton goes from under center this time. He'll power out to Juan Carlos, breaks through the line and is finally knocked down, but not before he gets down to close to the 10-yard line. He's right about a 10-yard gain, but they'll give him look like a first down, yes. Be 1st and 10 from about the 13 on the 12-yard line. Mules on the move here, the opening moments of the second quarter. Brady Black will be your lone running back, and he will get the football on a kind of a delayed draw, and he's racked up about the line of scrimmage, fall forward for about a yard. Bob, it looks like they kind of got their eye on Brady. Brady carrying the workload.
They're really keying on Brady
for the Mules in the first 4 games, and looks like they're kind of keying in on him.
About a yard.
2nd and 9.
Give him a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the Lockney 11-yard line. Trip receivers to wide to Hamilton's right. And straight up the middle of Brady, and he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. He'll get down to the 10-yard line, but that's it. Hit hard in the middle by number 44, Rance Shoemaker, the 6'3", 250-pound lineman for the Lockney Longhorns. Bring up 3rd and long. The Mules have it at the 10-yard line. We'll call it third and a long 7 for Hamilton the Mules. Brady Black, the lone setback again. Hamilton rolls his right, looking to pass, decides to keep it himself running. He'll have the first down, and he may score. Touchdown, Brand Hamilton. Great run, Bob, a great run. Hamilton looked like he had a man open out there, but he had a lot of field in front of him, and he not only got the first down, he tight-roped it and got in the end zone. Good play by the young quarterback.
Sam, that's what you call the old pass and run. He just put the pressure on him and decided he could run it.
Brian Hamilton, the leading scorer for the Mules so far this year, and he puts another 6 on the scoreboard as Vila attempts the point after attempt. There's 9:13 remaining in the second quarter. Mules go up. It looks like it's good, and it's 14-7 Mules over the Lockney Longhorns.
Sam?
Back again in this high-scoring affair so far. 14-7 Mules lead as Erwin Lewis lines it up for the kickoff. Deep, the same 2 men, number 3 and number 8 for the Longhorns. John Vasquez and John Sherman this time are deep for the Longhorns. Purdue puts his foot into it, straight down the field. Good kick down to about the 6. He catches his heads upfield, and the Mules bust in there, and they'll drop him at about the 27-yard line. Good coverage. Look at number 2, Ronnie. Bob gets back. 2 gets up off the bottom of the pile along with 64 Tovar in on the tackle. But you can always count on Heinrich. He's a headhunter. He heads down the field, and if he's not in on the tackle, he's busting that wedge up somewhere. But
really valuable player on special teams.
Lockney will have it there just outside their own 27-yard line. Quarterback back to pass this time. A lot of pressure put on. He dodges him looking downfield, and he just dumps it out. Had a man out there, but he's pretty well covered. He was trying to go to number 2, Monty Lass. Bob, they don't pass the ball very much, but the quarterback looks like he's a pretty good athlete. He's pretty savvy on what he wants to do back there. That's Kagan Cummings.
He has pretty good movement.
Moved around, dodged one tackle by a Mule back there, and but throws it incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. The clock stopped with 8:56 remaining before half. Quarterback, a little razzle-dazzle, a little wide sweep to number 2, and Flores closes on it. He'll pick up about 6 yards. Jared Flores and number 3 for the Mules, Rudy Gonzalez, in on the tackle. Give him about a 6-yard pickup. Bring up third and about 4 for the Longhorns.
The coaches said when they bring this number 2 in, he is really dangerous, and that's twice he's carried the ball and made good yardage. Monty Lass.
Monty Lass, and he's lots of quickness when he getting around that end.
For the Mule defense.
Pitch it back to the forward there, amen, and Ronnie, the Mules will stop him for about a 2-yard gain.
He didn't make it.
And Bob, you think about it, I don't know how many. Nunez and Lewis on the tackle. I don't know how many carries old Ford had last year, but when you gain 2,000 yards, you don't get hold to a 2-yard gain too many times. But especially on 3rd down when he's your ace, wanting to get you deal. Good play, good stand here by the Mules. 4th and 2, and they'll be
35.
Right on the 35-yard line. Ford also does the punting, and a good punter.
So far, he's done a good job punting.
High snap, he goes up and gets it, gets his foot into it. Good kick, hits it about the 34. Juan Carlos will let it go there, and it'll be killed at about the 27-yard line. The kid hit it and knocked it down. They recovered it on the 25, but he first hit it on about the 27-yard line, and the Mules will take over there.
Sam, Juan Carlos nearly fell into that ball.
First and 10 for Brant Hamilton and the Mules offense. Hamilton back in the shotgun with Brady Black to his right. And he'll hand off to Black straight up the middle. He finds some running room across the 35, up across the 40 to about the 41. Bob, they've kept old Brady kind of bottled up here early, but a good pickup, about 14 yards that time.
He had a good run then.
Crosses the 40 up close to the 41-yard line.
I'm sure Brady is a lot like Ford for them. If you're going to stop him, you better get him before he gets started. And Brady got a little head of steam then.
Got a head of steam rolling, and he's hard to bring down. About 6'1", 195 for the Mules fullback. Hamilton go under center this time. Fire ISO to Juan Carlos, and they'll have nothing going there. Is it?
No gain.
Gain? Well, they're going to give him about a yard pickup.
About a yard.
About a yard, yard and a half.
Got a little more than I thought. About 2.
Let's give him 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
He got the forward progress. I didn't think he had it, but he did gain about 2.
Well, Bob, we're 6:30 and counting remaining in the 2nd quarter with both teams running the football the way they are, and very few incomplete passes. When they do throw it, then that clock continues to run. Hamilton will go from the shotgun formation again. It's a good snap. Hands it again to Brady. He breaks up the middle. Finds some running room. Shakes loose tackles. He's inside the 30, 25, 15, 10, 5 touchdown. And Bob, he's a big old boy. But when that's about a 48-yarder for Brady Black, and when he gets that head of steam going and breaks that line, thing about him, he can run over you, and then when he gets out in the open, there's not many can catch him.
That's right. He has excellent speed.
What do we say, a 58-yard pickup? 58-yard run by Brady Black.
77 yards. All right, Eli Villa is going to be trying the extra point. There's the snap, there's the kick. Looks good, and it's right down the middle. Eli has kicked 3 in a row. He's doing an excellent job. Good job of snapping the ball by the center, Atwood, and also a good job by holder, Hamilton. And it's 21-7 with 6:06 left in the first half. Unanswered points, Sam.
Mules spot Lockney 7 to start the ball game on a little old 10-yard drive, and they come back and have scored 21 unanswered points. They lead 21-7, 6:06 remaining before halftime, and Erwin Lewis, number 4, set for another kickoff for the Mules. Gets his foot into it, low line drive kick, hits down about the 10, fumbles it around at about the 7, and Bob, he may be in trouble, and he is smothered in at about the 12, 13-yard line. It took him a while. The first one down there to get a hand on him is number 52, Rigo Mendoza, and he fumbled it a couple times, and the Mules was on him.
Yeah, that he fumbled it around and looked like there for a while he might not pick it up, but great field position for the Mules.
Just about the 12 nose of the football, just inside the 12-yard line of the Longhorns. They'll have it 1st and 10 there. Set forward motion. They're going to pitch him the football this way. Breaks a couple of tackles. Hit in there by 73 Nunez, Tyler Wood.
And let's see who's that getting up.
Tyler Wood and number 55 Jeffrey Circle in on the tackle for the Mules. And that's about a 3. We'll give him a 3-yard pickup. Bring up second about 7 as the ball resting right on the 15-yard line.
You know, Sam, as long as we don't get forward the big one, and so far they haven't.
Just keep him bottling them little 2, 3, 4-yard gainers. Little trap action to number 2, and Ronnie, he had Nunez and Circle was the first 2 to get there. Circle and Irwin. Nunez, Circle, and Irwin Lewis in on the tackle.
He lost some then.
We talked about that scouting them. Looked like they had they had that play figured out.
So he lost about 3. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 for the Longhorns.
Sam, we need to stop them here and get the football back.
Mules hold here. They got a chance to get it back at good field position. Back to pass. No, a little trap. He's smothered over an Irwin. Jared Flores
53
is George Mendoza, and 51 Shelburne all back there. They had a little delayed draw there, Ronnie, and the draw cost them about 3. So
2 or 3 yards.
4th and about 12 now. So
Mules, they should get the football back in good shape.
Ford goes back to punt again, deep again. He'll be standing about his own 47-yard line. Ford will punt from about 2 or 3 yards deep in his own end zone. Mules look like they try to block it, and he might have got a piece. 73 is the one that partially blocked it, and the Mules are going to get it at about the 17-yard line.
You know, the time before, Sam, Nunez nearly got it the last time.
Not sure.
They're going to have good field position.
And then Bobby come barreling straight up the middle there. Juan Nunez having a heck of a game so far tonight, and 17-yard.
17-yard line.
Pause there for a minute. You can hear Coach Crane up top here talking over the microphone to his brother down on the field, and I don't think he really needs a microphone, you know.
He does.
Hamilton again from the shotgun. He'll hand it to Brady again, straight up the middle. Hit about as soon as he got the football, Bob. He'll be stopped for no gain. They stopped him right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like they're trying to set something up with that play.
Looked like Hamilton was open.
Looked like Hamilton. But the way he kind of looked at that, looked like they may be trying to set something up off of that. No gain for Brady Black. We're 3:25 remaining before half. Mules lead 21-7 over the Longhorns. Hamilton goes under center. Brady Black, the lone tailback for the Mules, and they'll run the option, lead option out here. Brady twists and turns. Had a man in his face. Gets a couple down to about the 15-yard line. Bring up third and about 8 for the Mules. Just outside the 15-yard line.
About what it is, 3rd and 8.
Gain 2 on the play will bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Mules.
I'd look for the Mules to throw it here.
Bob, I'd like to see us something we ain't tried in a long time, but we've got kind of a secret weapon. Old Jared Flores is a pretty good field goal kicker, you know, and has been hitting some long ones in practice. So, you know, we might see a field goal opportunity tonight. Brandt keeps it himself, rolls to the right. Oh, he's down close to the inside the 10 to about the 9.
Brandt on the carry.
Well, he didn't like much.
Didn't like much, but I believe Mules are going to try a field goal here. Looks like they're going to have Villa, the extra point kicker.
Well, he kicked one last week, Sam, at Seminole.
He'll set it down right at the 15-yard line, be a 25-yard field goal attempt for number 20, Eli Villa. Gets his foot into it, Bob, and it looks good, and it'll go through. Good field goal, Eli Villa for the Mules, and the Mules extend their lead 24-7 with 1:42 remaining before halftime. Lewis, Ronnie's foot's Bob. I mean, I keep calling you Ronnie, but you know, you ought to
Keeping it in the family anyway.
You ought to slap me. Ronnie owes me $5, I think. But Irwin will kick it again. He gets his foot into it. Field at about the 9-yard line. Gets behind his wedge of people's heads up field and finds a little room as he crosses the 30 to about the close to the 33-yard line. And the Longhorn will have it there. John Vasquez on the return. Brought down by number 2, Heinrich, calling his number again on the kickoff coverage. He's always there. They'll set it right at the 32-yard line, just over the 32 as the ref keeps it moving it a little bit.
Let him get anything big.
Quarterback Cummins brings them to the line. He'll go from under center this time. Hand off to Ford up the middle, and he's hit hard by Kalen Heinrich in there on defense. Heinrich, the lone man, helped there at the end by number 20, Villa.
Heinrich is a headhunter.
That Caleb Heinrich, he will come find you, and he will want to put a hat on you. 175-pound junior.
Yeah, he's not that good. Look at him.
Play will bring up 2nd and 8.
We'll give him 2 yards on the gain, bring up 2nd and a long 8 for the Longhorns. Tight formation, sets a man in motion. They'll give it to him, rolling to his left, and Flores trips him up. Good job by the defense. They strung it out there. Flores turned it back inside. Circle, Atwood in on the tackle for the Mules. And he might lose a little bit. Right at the line of scrimmage.
This Mule defense really moves well, and they really go to the football.
Mules defense, swarming football. They really get after it. Clock continues to roll. Looks like they're going to let the 25-second clock run down, and they may not want no more of the first half of the Mules. So. And they get it snapped, pitch it to Ford, running this way, through the line, wiggles his way. He'll pick up about 7, and that'll end the opening half of football. Mules, good half. They spot them 7, scored 24 unanswered. And they lead 24-7 over the Lockney Longhorns. We'll be back for some stats in just a little bit.
Muleshoe High School proudly presents the 2004 Mighty M Marching Band. This year, the band show will feature music from the pirate theme. The first song the band will perform tonight is Pirates of the Caribbean Part 1. Senior drum major Cristobal Almanza and junior drum
We're just about ready to start the second half, and it's 24-7 in favor of the Mules. I'll give you some stats here in just a moment when I get a little time. There's the kick, and it's going to be fielded by Reyes about the 12, up to the 20, 25, good running room out across the 41, 42-yard line. So a good job of running in by one Carlos Reyes. The Mules will have good field position. Well, they're going to put it on about the 40, I guess. 42, 43, 42. Halftime statistics, the Mules have 6 first downs, and Hamilton had 6 for 33, Reyes 3 for 13, Black 8 for 79, Lewis 1 for 3. Passing, Hamilton 2 of 2 for 64 yards. Total offense 189, and both of those passes were to Tyler Wood. Put Kendall over wide to the right. Now the snap goes back to Hamilton. Hamilton wants to throw the ball, and it is well covered then. They had him covered then, and it was just out of bounds, so it's incomplete. That's the first incomplete pass of the night for Hamilton, as they were going for all of it on the first play. Shallowater had 3 first downs. I'm not Shallowater. What am I saying, Shallowater, Sam? We played them 2 weeks ago.
Same color.
Yeah, same colors. Lockney, 44 yards total offense, none passing, 3 first downs, and they helped forward to 8 for 26. Second and 10. Oh, my goodness. That, they were ready for that, as almost lost the football there, and a big loss for the Mules. Well, that's going to be about a 12-yard loss, and it'll be 3rd and 22 for the Mules, as Lockney came out fired up on defense. Sam, that took a long time developing there. Well, that gave.
See it coming from behind.
Yeah, you could see that one coming. Okay, wide receivers, Gonzalez. Well, we have trips over to the left and wide receiver over to the right. There's the ball back to Hamilton. Give the ball to Brady Black, and nowhere to go. So, punting situation for the Mules. So it'll be 4th
22.
and a bunch. 4th and 22 for the Mules from their own 30. So Kendall, this is kind of a crosswind, but actually I guess it's more. I guess you'd say into the wind more than not. So Kendall standing on about his 18, 17. There's a snap, good snap, gets it off, good punt. And that's going to be fielded on about the 22 by number 2. This number 2 is a good runner, and that may be a clip, and we'll wait and see. But there's that yellow flag. Good return by number 2, Monty Lass. It's about 13 yards, but that one's going to come back, I would think. Yes, blocking the back. So that's going to move it back, and Lockney will have 1st and 10 with 10:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter, as they have stopped the Mules on their first offensive series. So that's going to move it back to the 17. 1st and 10 for the Longhorns from their own 17.
48-yard punt.
48-yard punt. Excellent punt by Chris Kendall. Put number 33 in motion. All right, quarterback rolls out to the right, wants to throw the ball, throws it, and they threw it this time to Ford. So they really want to get the ball in Ford's hands and complete for a 1st down. It's going to be. That was all the way out to about the 27, 28-yard line, 1st and 10. So about 11 yards. Okay, now forward's in the wing over to the left. And the wing to the right. Okay, quarterback throws the ball, and
Nobody there.
I think he was trying to get it to number 44 or 34, but neither one of them is there. And Sam, he didn't have a lot of time then.
No, Bob, they put a lot of pressure on him. They was trying to bring that running back out here in the flat, and he just couldn't get through the line.
34 just couldn't get away from the line. Might have been a big play. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Longhorns from their own 27. 28. Actually, I guess it's a 28. I formation this time. Wing, wide receiver over to the left. Quarterback sprints out. And he is going to be, well, he gets it off. But he is hit out there by number 51, Josh Shelburne. He didn't really want that one, I don't think, Sam.
No, Bobby had no place to go with it, and he dumped it off to actually the fullback is trying to block for him, and Shelburne was he caught the football, turned around, and Shelburne's right there, loss of about 2 yards.
Yeah, he lost 2 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 12. Sam, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try that same play to forward again. They put him in motion. Now they're just going to hand it off to him, and he didn't get the first down, but he got out to about the 35. Got about 8. He's a good runner. There's no doubt about that. Forward. The Mules held him to 26 yards the first half. Oh, that's 8 more, so he has 34 yards on 9 carries and a pass reception of 11. So, one Carlos Reyes will be back about the, well, he's moving back now to about his 26. Oh, bad snap, but he gets it. Oh, he barely got it off. And
Nunez got a hand.
And Nunez may have got a hand on it. Sam Nunez is giving them fits on these punts.
He's getting a lot of
penetration, yeah.
Breaks through and penetrates up through the line.
So it's going to be good field position for the Mules as they're going to have it in Lockney territory at the 49. 1st and 10. The first series, the Mules had a little trouble in the second half. Lockney came out really fired up. So the Mules will have the football. 3 receivers over to the right. 1 back in the backfield. Hamilton in the shotgun. A wide receiver over to the left. There's a snap back. Okay. Hamilton kept it and has good running room. And he's going to have the first down. Excellent.
Short, about a 9.
Well, he didn't quite get it, did he?
A gain of 9 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 1.
9 yards for Hamilton as he faked to Black and kept it. He has such quickness, Sam, that he really makes that play go.
He can get through that line, got really quick feet, and just seems like getting better every week.
Right. Only a sophomore, and he's really improving, like Sam said, every week. I formation. Okay, give the ball to Reyes. First down, and he picked up 3 or 4. Good blocking then, Sam, by that offensive line of the Mules. And, you know, we need to mention that defensive line of Lockney is huge. I mean,
they're big, and we give the average a little bit ago. They averaged 221, but that includes a defensive lineman weighs 165, so he really drops their average down. But the Mules line, you got Corey Atwood at center, Nunez, Tovar, them guys in the middle doing a great job for the Mules.
They really are. Okay, shotgun. Okay, Hamilton keeps it, throws the ball, caught by Flores, and he's going to be down close to the 20. No flags. Good pass there by Hamilton as he just barely got that one off, but a good job of getting. You know the thing about Hamilton too, he really is cool under pressure, Sam.
For a sophomore, he has really done a great job.
Okay, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 21 of the Longhorns. 24-7 with 6:58 left in the third quarter. Put Gonzalez to the right and Reyes to the right, and then wide receiver over to left. The lone back is Black, Brady Black.
About 34 yards.
There's a pass to Juan Carlos Reyes, and he's down inside the 10. That's just a little, I guess you'd call that a little look-in pass. And Hamilton just raised up and hit Flores. And he's down to the 8. The Mules got their offense clicking after that first series after the second half. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 8.
10-yard drive
Put Tyler Wood over to the right.
Pretty good. I thought we was going to be that left.
I formation, overloaded to the left. Okay, Hamilton keeps the ball.
Out there to Brady. Hits it.
And Brady catches it down about the 2.
Down to the 1-yard line.
Good pass by Hamilton, rolling to his left. And that's not an easy pass. And it's going to be, I think, on about the 2.
I talked to Thurman at halftime.
So he picked up about 6, I believe, 5 or 6. Just inside the 2. Pass from Hamilton to Brady Black. And it's going to be 2nd and 2. Well, the Mules need to get this one in. Okay, Gonzalez over to the left. I formation. Wing to the right. Hamilton, the quarterback. Okay, give the ball to Flores. And did he get in? He's in. Yeah, good blocking. Juan Carlos Reyes, and good blocking by that offensive line. So the Mules score again with 6:02 left in the third quarter. Eli Villa has been perfect tonight on 1 field goal and extra points. So look like they may go for 2 here. Hamilton, and he gets it in there for 2. Good job by Brian Hamilton right up the middle. And the score is 32-7 with 6:02 left in the third quarter. That's going to be 24 yards, Sam. You can tell, and that was a good pass with the quarterback, but you can tell this forward is really a good athlete. He just went up and got that one. So, it'll be 1st and 10 from the Mule 46. Okay, give the ball this time to number 2, and he's a good little runner. Picked up about 13 out to the 32, 30. This Lass is a good runner also. They like to run him wide. So it's another first down for the Longhorns. as they have it on the Mule 33, 1st and 10. Wing to both sides. Okay, quarterback rolls out, wants to throw it. They've got some pressure on him. And, hit him in the wrong place, Sam. hit him in the hands. Number 88, who is that?
Number 80.
Trey Graves. Sam, I don't think there's any relation there, but he sure missed that one. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
What you saying, if there was any relation, he'd have caught that.
Yeah.
He might have scored.
Any relation there, Sam, he'd have caught that, no doubt about it. So it's 2nd and 10. Wide receivers to both sides. Quarterback drops straight back. Oh my goodness.
There's a man open. And
he had 20 wide open, and he turned the wrong way, and the pass was off target.
Yeah, Bob, Barry Moore's playing the corner, and he had I guess they're playing a little zone, and he had the short zone and let the man go, and Brady couldn't hardly get. If the ball would have been on the money, Brady wouldn't have been able to get there, but the quarterback just throws it up, and it just kind of died on him.
Yeah, if he had made a good pass, then that'd probably been a touchdown. 3rd and 10. Okay, quarterback drops back again. He has plenty of time. Oh, he threw that one away. He was trying to hit Trey Graves again.
No relation whatsoever.
I think they need to throw to someone else. He can't catch it. No, in all fairness, that one was about 6 feet over his head. Well, maybe it wasn't 6 feet. I've been corrected. It was 6 inches. Okay.
Either way, it
yeah. High formation. They're going for it here on 4th down. Rolls out. He may run with it.
Let him run with it. I don't think so.
Oh my goodness. Look like he's across the line. He's across the line of scrimmage, and they caught it.
Yeah, they caught it.
You know, Sam, you just can't run forever and then throw it.
No. You'd like to a lot of times, but,
I think he'd have been better off then just have kept running. So that's going to be a flag on the illegal forward pass.
And the fans and the red go off.
I don't know that the fans agreed across the way. You know, we have a good crowd from Lockney, a lot of red over there, and a huge crowd for the Mules.
yeah, it's our ball.
Yeah, that's a
5-yard loss of down.
That's a loss of down. I thought that was a loss of down. And
Bob, I don't know what the ruling was, but they marked it from where he threw the football. I guess that would.
Loss of down. Loss of down. Yeah, it's a spot foul, loss of down.
Spot foul, loss of down. Okay. And Sam, we have a new quarterback in, Logan Cadell, and Logan's done a good job this year when he has come in. So wide receiver over here to the right, that's Sauceda, and a wing over to the to the left, to the right. Okay, there's a pass, and it is caught by another great catch by Tyler Wood. My goodness, and that is 6'5", 11, 16, 21, about 23 yards. Great pass and catch again. When you get that. He has sticky fingers, doesn't he? That was really a good catch there, and a good throw by Logan Cadell for 23?
He took a shot.
23 yards, and he was hit also and hung on to it. And never did really get a hold of the ball there as they were really penetrating in. So we lost a couple. We have 4:13 left in the third quarter, and it's going to be 2nd and 12 for the Mules. And they have the ball on the 45-yard line of the Longhorns. Put Kendall out wide to the right, offset I, and a receiver over to the left. And give the ball this time to Reyes, and pretty good running room. He's out across the 40.
6-yard gain.
Good blocking by that offensive line. And he picked up about 5 or 6. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6. And the ball is on the 39-yard line of the Longhorns. So a big 3rd down play here with 3:18 in the clock moving in the 3rd quarter. Black alone back in the backfield. Cadell rolls out, throws it. Good catch over there by Chris Kendall for the 1st down. What did he pick up, Sam? About 8 or 9?
Yes, sir. He needed 6 for the 1st down. Picked up about 8 on the play. Ball just outside the 30-yard line, and the Mules driving again.
You know, I've been impressed by Logan's passing all year. He puts the ball right on the money, as does Hamilton. Both of them throw the ball real well. 1st and 10 just outside the 30 for the Mules. Offset eye. Wide receivers split to both sides. Cadell. Okay, give the ball to Reyes, and he
Had a good hold.
They tripped him up, or he might have been gone, but he still had good yardage. Down to the 25. Give him 5. Well, actually 6. Second and 4 for the Mules. Yeah, we have trip receivers over here to the right, one to the left. And Caudell's in the shotgun. There's the ball back to Caudell. He keeps it and he may have got a couple or maybe one. A lot of, well, actually, no gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. That play, Sam, was a little bit slow developing and a lot of penetration. So it's 3rd. It's 3rd and 4 from just inside the 25. Offset eye. Okay, Cadell rolls out, wants to throw the ball, and didn't.
He kind of got tripped up there.
Yeah,
Got his feet tangled.
got kind of tangled up.
Logan rolling to his right. Ron Carlos threw a block for him, but he kind of got his feet tangled up as he tried to square his shoulders up, and ball falls incomplete. And Ronnie, Bob, we're gonna get to see a long field goal this right here. A field goal attempt.
25, 35. What's about a 42?
42-yarder.
42-yarder. The holder is Hamilton, and the kicker is Jared Flores. This would be a long one. Probably be a school record. There's the kick. And
Short. Watch him.
a little short. He can run that back, and here he comes. Number 2,
There he goes.
Luss.
Down it.
And a good job. Good job. And that's Heinrich again, Sam.
I tell you what, you get old Heinrich in on them specialty teams, and the boy is going to be down there causing havoc on the other team. And he elected to try to bring that out of the end zone, and they drop him at the 10.
I tell you what, that Heinrich is a missile, Sam. Wherever that football is, he's there on those special teams. So it's going to be first and 10 for the Longhorns on their own 11 with 1:10 left in the 3rd quarter.
He sets over forward at the slot.
Forward at the slot, put Floyd in motion. Now they came, right up the middle. Good run there. Saving tackle there by number 64. Is that Tovar? Yeah. Sam, they kind of fooled us there.
Everybody was looking forward when they brought him into motion.
Yeah.
That little sweep comes in that slot back. And
everyone was keying on forward when he went in motion. And what did they get? 20, let's see.
well, from the 10 to the 27, 17.
17 yards. Less than a minute in the 3rd quarter. And wing now put him in motion again. Give the quarterback to number 2, and this number 2 is a good little runner. And he's all the way out to about the 40. Well, he stepped out of bounds on the 41. This Monty Lass is 5'11", 160-pound senior, but he's quick. Very good little runner. So another first down for Lockney. I formation. And that looks like forward in the I. Now quarterback rolls out to the right, throws the ball. Oh, and it is picked off by one Carlos Reyes, intercepted at about the Mule 47. Good play there, Sam, by one Carlos.
Well, Bob, they had him well covered. Tyler Wood had him deep, one Carlos underneath, and Freddie Dovar also coming from his linebacker defensive end position ran out with the play, but it good interception. One Carlos had to go up and get it. You know, he's not a big guy, about 5. They got him listed at 5'7", and that's stretching it a little bit.
But you know, the Mules as a team are very quick. They really move well. All right. Mules have the football on their own 46. There's a snapback. Okay, give it to Lewis. I believe they were waiting for Lewis in, Ronnie. It was Sam, a little bit slow developing. So he lost a couple.
Well, Ronnie may not be here in body, but he's here in mind.
Yeah, I'm calling you Ronnie, and you're calling me Ronnie. Ronnie's out of town tonight.
Last play of the third quarter.
Ronnie's out of town, and he's in a big Western Film Festival. So that's the end of the third quarter, and the Mules lead 32-7.
Okay. Well, Bob, we're ready for fourth quarter of football here tonight. Benny Douglas Stadium. The Mules hold a commanding 32-7 lead over the Lockney Longhorn. Played well, other than the first mistakes early that to give Lockney a 10-yard, only a 10-yard drive for the first points of the ball game. The Mules have answered with 32 straight, and we have flags here to start the opening of the fourth quarter, and the Mules started off with a delay of game here after the quarter, so that'll cost them 5. But like I said, Longhorns score first to go up 7-0. The Mules have 32 unanswered points. Logan Condell, the quarterback for the Mules. Second and about 17 now. As he goes from under center, hands off on delayed draw to Danny Bonilla, and he finds a running real tough. Maybe give him a yard on the play as he gets just about to the 41-yard line. So bring up a long third down for the Mules. Brady Black getting a little rest on offense, along with Brant Hamilton. Juan Carlos Reyes getting a little rest. On the offensive side of the football, Caleb Heinrich is in as the Cadell goes from the shotgun formation with Heinrich right beside him, and fakes and has a man. It's tipped and falls incomplete. He was trying to go to Rudy Gonzalez, number 3. Bob, I think Ford's one got his hand on the football, but
If it hadn't been tipped, Sam, that might have been completed.
Rudy was out there, looked like he was open for a while, and ball tipped by the linebacker, number 33, Ford. As Kendall is set to punt again, the Mules will punt on 4th and long from their own 41-yard line.
Sam, number two may not be deep enough.
We get number 2, the return man is for the Longhorn is Monty Lass, and he's standing outside his 20. But Kendall gets a low line drive and punt. It'll go out of bounds, and they will mark it down at the 24-yard line. And the Longhorns will take over there.
You don't run those kind back, Sam.
No, he was angling for the corner, and 24-yard line. Get her a deal. Got a car wash.
Lockney will have the football. They're on 24. Now give it to Loss, and boy, this time, no, number 3. A little, kind of a little end around or counter there. They gave that to Vasquez, Sam.
Vasquez and Atwood said he'll have no part of that, and Corey Atwood was all over that. Him and Juan Nunez drop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Longhorns. Quarterback back to pass, looking downfield, and he'll keep it himself, rolls around and makes a good hit on Jared Flores. Come up to make the tackle, and he lowered his shoulder, and the quarterback put a pretty good punch on it.
Sam, Flores is really a good defensive player. He was up there, but he kind of took the blunt of that play.
Quarterback kind of delivered some things the Mules have been putting on him so far tonight, and he'll pick up about 9, 3rd and about 1 for the Lockney Longhorns. We're 10-14 remaining in the ball game. Mules with a commanding lead. Quick pitch back to Ford. He's picking his way. He'll have the first down, but not a whole lot. We'll give him about 3 on the plays. He gets up just outside the 38-yard line, Bob. But you can tell this Ford is a good running back. But the Mules are coming after him, and they're swarming to the football. And
Mules do have some subs in there now too, and they're all doing a good job. But there are some substitutes in there.
1st and 10 for the Longhorns. They're on 38-yard line. Rolling to his right, back to pass, has a man out there, hits him and breaks 1 tackle. No, that's number 20, Brandon Hall, in on the catch for the Longhorns. They'll pick up about 8 on the play. Good pass by number 12, the quarterback, Kagan Cummins of the Longhorns.
You know, Sam, I'm surprised they don't throw the ball more. He's a pretty good passer and real mobile.
You know, he runs that bootleg or that rollout there, and he's a threat to run it or throw it, either one.
Runs a spread out very well.
Keep it himself, rolls out, pitches, and he is hammered and the ball is loose. Picked up by Heinrich, and he's heading down the field, and they finally tackle him at about the 8. Who hit him, Bob? Did you get the number of who hit the quarterback?
Was it Atwood? Yeah, Atwood.
Corey Atwood, I think, number 59, hit the quarterback about the time he pitched the football, and the ball was laying on the ground, and Caleb Heinrich scooped it up. And yeah. So the Mules will take it there. They have it just outside the 20-yard line. Caleb Heinrich picked up the football and was headed downfield. Hand off to Erwin Lewis, and and the fumble it right back to him, Bob, and looks like Lockney got the football.
You know, he's trying to get extra yards.
He's trying to get some extra yards as dragging a guy had a hold of him, but Erwin Mules turn it back over to him. Longhorns will have it about their own 19-yard line.
Ball will be spotted on the 18-yard line. Longhorns first and 10. There it is. New quarterback, 10.
New quarterback for the Longhorns is number 10, Blaine Hall. And he will hand off to number 2, Monty Lass, and he's tackled down there by Juan Nunez. after a gain of about 4. I'll give him 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
I mean, Sam, I don't believe Ford's in there now, is he?
I didn't see him on that play. Yes, Ford. Yeah, Ford is back there.
You know, he's been. They said he had a touch of this West Nile virus earlier in the summer, so they said he was probably about 85%.
Shall I tell him that?
Of course, he's had a Sam. He's also had a touch of the Mule defense tonight.
He's had an awful big touch of the Mules defense tonight, as they've really clamped down on the good running back. Quarterback rolling back to pass, has a man in the flats. He hits him, but he's dropped right there. Juan Carlos Reyes, and they'll tackle him. Pass and catch, but about a 2-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3 for the Longhorns, but the new quarterback in made a good pass there. There's Blaine Hall to number 20, Brandon Hall.
Now, wait a minute. What is the quarterback? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're
Blaine
both.
Hall, 150-pound junior.
And he passed to Brandon Hall, number 20.
That's his brother.
And both the juniors, so they could be twins.
Twins?
I bet they are.
Probably are.
So 3rd and about 3 for the Longhorns. Quick pitch. Oh, man. No, 64, Freddie Tovar. They quick pitch back there, and Tovar got there about the time the quick pitch did, and it throws them for a big loss. And
Tovar with an assist from Flores.
But they run a little quick pitch out there, and Tovar got there about the time the pitch did and just destroyed everything in the backfield. Freddie Tovar, number 64. And that'll bring up 4th and about 7, and Ford's in to punt again. Juan Carlos Reyes deep again for the Mules. Oh, short punt hits about the 45, takes a Mules bounce, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. And the Mules will take over there with 7:11 remaining in the ball game. Mules hold a commanding 32-7 lead. First and 10 from their own 47. Caleb Heinrich, the lone setback, as Logan Cadell takes from under center. Quick pitch out here to Flores, and he can't hang on. Bob, he was trying to take off before he caught the football.
Jared Flores, he sure was. 2nd and 10.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 and stop the clock.
Good pass by Cadell. He just couldn't hang on.
A little quick pass out here to Jared Flores, and he just couldn't quite hang on.
Big yards here.
We got to that signal there.
Cadell will take it from the shotgun formation this time. Back to pass again. He's hit. Wings it out there to Rudy Gonzalez, number 3, and Bob had him wide open and hit him right in the hands, and Rudy just could not hang on. He was about 15 yards down the field.
And you know, Sam, Rudy usually has real good hands. He just didn't catch that one.
That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Mules.
Tyler Woods in.
Cadell will split Tyler Wood wide to his left, shotgun formation again, and he fakes, looks downfield, and it's tipped right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of pressure put on by the Longhorn as they're just and that'll bring up 4th down, and looks like we'll see Kendall again for the Mules, number 13, Chris Kendall, a 160-pound senior. And as he kicks off his shoe, he's a barefoot punter, and you really can't fault him for that because he can put a foot into it.
He's really a good punter. number 2 and number 3, Lass and Vasquez, are both pretty dangerous.
Good high kick, but off the side of his foot as it goes out of bounds. And Kendall, the last couple of punts have not really got his foot into it. Let's see where they mark it down, right there at the just inside the 25-yard line, and that's where the Horns will take over. 6:49 remaining in the ball game. The Mules up 32-7 over the Lockney Longhorns. Hall, number 10, again the quarterback for the Longhorns on this series. As he rolls to his right, pressure put on by Flores, has his man out there, and great play by Brady Black. Tyler Wood, excuse me, I just seen the 4 and thought it was Brady. Great play by number 14, Tyler Wood. 44 for the Longhorns. That's Ranch Schumacher, 6'3", 250, that tight end, and a great play by Tyler Wood. He was there, got around him, stayed off of him, and you couldn't have drawn it up no better. 2nd and 10 for the Longhorns. Barry Morris in a corner along with Eli Villa. Tyler Wood, the free safety for the Mules. Hall back to pass again, overthrows his man out here. Fairly well covered. Number 20, Villa, in on the coverage for the Mules. And Heinrich had the underneath coverage.
A lot of passing, and Sam, that clock is stopped.
That clock is, we talked about how fast the first half got through, and this fourth quarter is really taking its time with both teams working on their passing game. Lockney to try to catch up, and the Mules just to work on their passing game. They hand off this time to Ford, and he's smothered over after about a 3-yard pickup. In on the tackle for the Mules, number 4, Erwin Lewis. Number 64, Tovar. Number 52, Rigo Mendoza. Also in on the tackle.
Ford has 42 yards.
Ford, good running back for the Longhorns, has 42 yards on about 12 carries. On 14 carries, 42 yards.
That's good defense for 2,000 yards.
Yeah, average of 3 yards per carry. And back to punt again. Oh, he's down.
That's got to be down. He didn't call it.
No, short punt, and takes a Longhorn bounce. And I thought when he fielded that football, he had his knee down, Bob, and that would have sure been another bad luck. But Cloud continues to roll in. They're checking the Lightning, keeping close watch on the Lightning.
They're watching the Lightning. Yeah. Might as well call it.
Mules will take over on their own 43-yard line. Logan Cadell still quarterback of the Mules. Erwin Lewis and Jared. A good pitch out to Jared Flores. He's trying to get the outside and right at the line of scrimmage, and I believe we'll have a face mask. Bob, Flores was trying to get the outside, just couldn't do it. Good pitch by Logan Cadell there. It looks like we're going to have a face mask penalty against the Longhorns. It looks like the 5-yard variety, but that'll be 1st and 5 for the Mules.
Good pitch, Sam, but they covered it well.
Good job, guys.
1st and 5. We got 5:34 remaining in the fourth quarter for the Mules, and it's a good sign as the Mules coaches are coming from the press box with the Mules have this well under control. Handoff straight up the middle. Erwin Lewis breaking tackles, bulls his way down close to the 40-yard line, gets about the 41-yard line. Erwin broke a couple of tackles and
He runs hard.
bulled his way down close to the 40. Good job. About a 9-yard pickup for Erwin Lewis. 5:10 and counting remaining in the ball game. Cadell, the quarterback. Lewis and Flores, the formation for the Mules, and Flores will get it this time. He had a little trouble getting the handoff, Bob. It looked like he kind of fumbled it when he took the football, and he'll lose about a yard.
59's kind of limping off.
Corey Atwood coming off to the sideline, getting checked out.
Get him hurt.
Little limping call. Old Corey's named quite a lot tonight. Did a great job on the offensive line, playing at center and defensive end. Did a great job. Looks like cramp. Looks like they're trying to work out a cramp, so that'll help. 2nd and 11. Give it to Bonilla. He heads and he'll get inside the 40, but pick up about 2, get the yard back. They lost plus a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd and about 9 as he gets down nose of the football, just touching the 40. Clock continues to run here in the 4th quarter of Benny Douglas Stadium.
Normally be a passing situation, but I don't think they'll throw it here.
No, actually 74. 74. That's Patrick Jordan. Yeah.
Hammer play to Bonilla, and it's going nowhere. As number 83 for the Longhorns, Theo McDonald in on the tackle, and he will lose. Bob, we went 1 yard loss, 2 yard gain, now 2 yard loss, and we got 4th down. So.
And you know the Mules are just keeping it right up the middle and just right straight at them.
Just not getting fancy, just wanting that clock to continue to run. As Kendall comes in to punt again. They need to hurry. There's 5, 4. Good snap. Kendall gets his foot into it. Low line driving kick, hit down at about the 16, takes a bounce. Ford picks it up, and he is swarmed in it, but he's trying to break loose and does break loose for a little bit. Well, who do you think? Number 2, Caleb Heinrich had a hold of him, and Heinrich comes up limping a little bit, but Ford feels it, and he'll run it back to about the 15-yard line, and the Horns will take over there.
You just figure that he's going to be around the ball, Sam. Number 2, Heinrich.
When it's on the special teams, you'll look for number 2. He'll be around the football. He will show you where the football is.
That's right. He'll find it for you. It looks like he may have a cramp. I believe that's all it is.
Oh, hand to number 8, running around here, and he gets the corner. He crosses the 20, and he's brought down Tyler Wood, Freddie Tovar, Erwin Lewis, Mikey Sexton in. You know, Mikey's coming off of injury that sidelined him, a broken foot.
Broke his foot in 2 days.
And broke his foot during the summer, I believe. Right. It was before 2 days. And he's back into action and in on that tackle. Big Mikey Sexton, number 79 for the Mules.
It's number 50 for the Mules. Who is that? Is that
number 50 is Fabian Duran, is in on defensive tackle. Number 74.
A lot of new players. Well, I'm sure the Mules
Patrick Duarte.
Ooh, look like.
And straight up the middle handoff, but he's hammered. Mikey Sexton, 63, also in on the tackle for the Mules. That's Jordan Bonds getting a little defensive. Played a lot on the offense, but getting some defensive. Number 60.
Done a good job on offense, now playing a little defense.
64, Tovar. Patrick Duarte, number 74, in for the Mules. And we're down at 1:22 and counting remaining in the ball game. The Mules are well into control. on the process of going 5-0 on this young season, halfway through the season, and the Mules are undefeated. Back to pass this time is Hall, and airs it out there to his brother, and well covered and early tip and caught. Rudy Gonzalez, number 3, and on the coverage for the Mules, and had him pretty well covered. Second and 10 for the Longhorns. A little reverse action to number 20, and he's hauled down by the Mules after about a yard pickup. See who gets up off the bottom. 64, Tovar, called his number a lot tonight.
Tovar's played well, Sam.
Played well on the defensive side of the football. They give him 2-yard pickup, third and a long 8. Quarterback back to pass and has several wide open. He hits that big tight end and he rumbles out of bounds at about the 40. Knocked out by number 3, Gonzalez, but that's Brance Wilson, Bob, but he had 2 guys wide open out there in the flat.
And Sam, you described that very well. He rumbled out of bounds.
And he rumbled out of bounds. 22 seconds left in the ball game, and they're going to run the clock.
Should be the last play, probably.
Probably the last play of the ball game. Quick pitch back, and there's a little running room. Brought down by number 12, Barry Morris, Tovar. And that'll end the ball game, Bob. And the Mules put together a good performance tonight. We'll have some stats here in a moment, but Mules with a commanding 32-7 win over the Longhorns, and it was a great ball game, both offensively and defensively, and we pretty well had it under control for after that first little drive by the Horns.
And all they had to drive it was 10 yards after the fumble, and then Sam, after that, they never got close. Like you said, just outstanding on both sides of the ball for the Mules.
Both sides of the football for the Mules playing well tonight, and they go 5-0 here on this season and travel to River Road next week, and then before we start district play with Levelland, and then we'll have an open date. And so the next 2 games are away from home, and then we'll have an open date after that. But the Mules are 5-0, and we'll try to get some stats in a couple of moments.
And you know, Sam, another thing too, very few penalties tonight on the Mules. Had the one big penalty on the pass, but other than that, very few penalties. And we'll be back in just a moment with some stats. You want to give that?
Okay, we got some stats here. Stats for the ball game. The Mules have 281 total yards, with 151 yards rushing, 130 yards passing, 12 first downs. Brady Black carrying the load again for the Mules with 79 yards of rushing. Of course, that one big 58-yarder for a touchdown. The Longhorns have come in 11 first downs. They have 57 yards passing, 124 yards rushing with 181 total yards, and that good running back for the Mules hold him to 42 total yards. Ford, the 2,000-yard rusher from last year, held to 42 total yards by the Mules defense. And Bob, the stats are kind of, Lockney gets several yards back when the game was pretty much
and the Mules played everyone, which is
decided. And but the Mules come in another big win, and 5-0 on the season, like we said. And hats go off Coach Wood, his staff, and all the boys on a good, well-played ball game.
Sam, another didn't look like any key injuries, and boy, that's always a great statistic there.
No injuries, a win, and Mules 5-0. And Bob and Ronnie will be back with you.
Final score, 32 for the Mules and 7